San Francisco International Airport has been working with the CDC to detect new COVID variants. SFO is one of 4 major airports in the U.S. that's been keeping surveillance on international travelers. Crown 4's Dan Thorn joins us live from the city with that part of the story. Dan.
Well, Ken, testing for variants at SFO has been happening since early October, but now it's expanding and more countries are being added to the list. The CDC says that they are working to make international travel as safe as possible, but there could be changes coming to air travel. As the new COVID variant is found in San Francisco, SFO is looking for more international travelers who may have contracted the Omicron strand. SFO is one of 4 major airports expanding the testing as a part of a CDC program. Airport spokesman Doug Yakel says the voluntary testing was focused primarily on travelers from India because of the Delta variant, but that has changed.
In response to the Omicron variant, the CDC expanded the scope of the pilot test program at SFO to now include travelers arriving from South Africa, Germany, France, and the UK, really the countries where this Omicron variant is known to be spreading.
The voluntary testing can be done through a PCR test at the airport, or passengers can take a test kit home. After 3 to 5 days, that test can be sent in. Yakel says there's been no modifications made to air travel at SFO following the announcement of the new Omicron variant. The Biden administration, however, is preparing to implement new travel guidelines. Under the new rules, a traveler to the U.S., even someone who is vaccinated, would need a proof of negative test within 1 day of flying. Under current guidelines, proof of a negative test can be within 3 days of traveling. For people who are unvaccinated, the negative test already had to be within 1 day of traveling. President Biden is expected to announce the new restrictions Thursday. As for the people who have already been tested under the CDC program at SFO, that data has not been made available to the airport.
We don't get data from the CDC on the level of participation or what % of passengers are participating. But what we do know is that SFO does have the highest rate of participation, which is encouraging.
Well, it's clear at this point that the travel ban on 8 countries in South Africa did not prevent the variant from spreading here in the U.S. President Biden was asked about the travel ban this morning, and he says that his administration will be looking at the situation on a week-to-week basis. Reporting live in San Francisco, Dan Thorn, Crown 4 News.
Dan, thank you for that.